We've all been there, right? Starting some new diet that just feels like a total punishment. But what if I told you that losing weight wasn't about restriction? Today, we're going to open up a whole new playbook that shows you how to get results without giving up the foods you actually love. So let's just dive right in.
So let me ask you this. When you think about getting in shape, is the very first thing that pops into your head a giant list of everything you can't have anymore? Especially something like, a perfect slice of pizza? Well, what if that whole way of thinking is completely outdated? Because honestly, it is. The truth is, real, lasting fat loss isn't about how much willpower you have or how much you can restrict yourself. It's about having a smart, flexible strategy. So today, we're gonna shred that old, miserable rulebook and hand you a new one. This is the playbook for freedom and results.
Okay, let's start with the absolute foundation. This isn't some fad diet trend, all right? This is the core science of how our bodies manage weight, and it's the one principle you absolutely, positively have to understand. It's a simple little acronym called CICO. That just stands for calories in, calories out. And the reason this is so powerful is that it's not a diet theory, it's literally based on the laws of thermodynamics. It just means that your weight is determined by the balance of energy you take in versus the energy you use. That's it. It's pure physics. So let's break that down real quick. Calories in, that's the easy part. It's just all the energy you get from the food and drinks you consume. Calories out is a little more interesting. That's the energy you burn from moving around, exercising, all that stuff. Plus all the energy your body burns just keeping the lights on, breathing, thinking, staying warm. That baseline burn is what we call your BMR, or basal metabolic rate. So how do we actually use this? Well, it's a super simple two-step process. First, you just need to figure out your daily maintenance calories. That's the number of calories you need to eat to stay exactly the weight you are right now. You can find tons of free calculators online for that. Then, step 2. To lose weight, you create what's called a calorie deficit. A really good starting point is to just eat about 500 fewer calories than your maintenance number every day. That little deficit, that's the engine that drives fat loss.
Okay, but look, knowing the science is only half the battle, right? Because if your diet makes you miserable, you're just not going to stick with it. And that brings us to our next chapter, the actual strategy that's going to keep you sane and consistent. And it's called the 80-20 rule. And let me tell you, this is a total game changer. The whole idea is that you're not trying to be perfect. You're just trying to be consistent. So about 80% of your calories are going to come from good, whole, nutrient-packed foods. And that other 20%, that's for you. That's for the slice of cake, the scoop of ice cream, the stuff that makes life, fun.
And this right here shows you exactly what I'm talking about. You see that balance? The big purple chunk is all that great nutrient-dense food, but that blue slice, that's the fun stuff, and it's built right into the plan. See, this gets rid of the whole good food versus bad food mentality. It's all about ditching that all-or-nothing thinking and building your favorites directly into your week.
And this isn't just some fringe idea either. It's a huge shift happening in the entire industry. Like Hannah Clausen from Macros Inc. says here, foods that were once demonized or considered off limits are now being embraced. We're finally moving toward a much healthier relationship with food.
Okay, so we've got our foundation, that's CICO, and we've got our framework, the 80-20 rule. Now let's talk about our tactical advantage. This is the one nutrient that makes hitting those calorie goals so much easier. I am talking about protein, and here's why it is your secret weapon. Prioritizing it gives you 3 massive advantages. First, it absolutely crushes hunger. It just keeps you feeling fuller for way longer. Second, it naturally gives your metabolism a little boost. And third, and this is huge, it helps you hold on to your muscle. So the weight you lose is actually fat, not muscle. Seriously, in a calorie deficit, protein is your best friend. All right, it is time. Let's put this all together. Let's see how this whole playbook actually works in the real world with the foods you actually want to eat. So let's go all the way back to pizza. Traditionally, a couple of slices can feel like a complete disaster that derails your whole week. But with our playbook, we're gonna hack it. We're gonna make it lower in calories, higher in protein, and something that fits perfectly into our plan. So how do we do it? Here are 4 super simple cheat codes. Number 1, modify the crust. Use a thin crust, a big tortilla, even a whole wheat pita. 2, pick lean toppings. Swap out the pepperoni for things like chicken or ham, and then just load it up with veggies. 3, and this is a classic, blot the oil. And 4, add a side salad to fill up on all those high-volume greens first. And hey, you remember that third cheat code, blotting the oil? You might think, does that really do anything? Well, you'd be surprised. That simple little act of dabbing a napkin on one slice of pizza can remove up to 40 calories. That's a tiny, tiny action with a real, measurable impact. Pretty cool, right?
And you know, the real beauty of this playbook is just how versatile it is. It's not just about hacking your pizza at home. You can apply these same principles, making smarter, protein-focused choices absolutely anywhere. You think you can't hit your goals at a fast food place? Think again. Just take a look at this. It's a breakdown of the Taco Bell menu. You could get the Mexican pizza for 540 calories, or you could swap it for the chicken enchilada burrito, save yourself 160 calories, and get the exact same 19 grams of protein. See? That right there is a playbook choice. No guilt required. So the power is really in your hands now. You've got the foundation with Seco, you've got the framework with the 80-20 rule, and you've got tactics like protein. Just remember, this isn't about restriction, it's all about strategy. So the only real question left is, what's the first favorite food that you're gonna hack?
Thanks for watching. Subscribe our channel, which give us motivation to make better content for you. See you in the next video.